This here is a 1968 Dodge Charger, except it's not a 1968 Dodge Charger, it's actually a 2001 Lincoln Town Car underneath here. Now I wanted to take my 77 Cobra II, drag racing, autocrossing, all sorts of good stuff at Holley Ford Fest. Except I wanted to show out. As a Mopar guy myself, I just had to show up in this. Now, the way I'm going to do this is we're going to hook a trailer to the old girl here and then stick the Cobra on the back of it. Is it a dumb idea? Yes. Can it actually make it to the show? The Charger is basically a glorified go-kart, and let me tell you, it is fun. I bought it late last year and really just used it to play around in, but now I want to use it for something purposeful. This car is basically built to tow. I mean, it's already got a receiver hitch, and we're going to do some things to make it to where it's actually safer and more functional as a tow vehicle. You know, back in the day, you'd see those pictures of these cars pulling race cars, literal just regular passenger cars towing to the track and back. And I think that's the awesomest thing you could ever think of. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to pull the Mustang, my race car, with my dirt track car, Charger, town car thing. And then we're going to see if we can make it back home. But participate and have the most fun we possibly can at Holley Ford Fest this weekend. So it all starts literally 2 days before the event, and Craig Lopresti and his buddy Marty are out there working their tails off trying to get their crew cab ready. So while they're doing that, I'm trying to get my vehicles ready at the same time. Now a few weeks ago, I took it racing, went and raced in a rallycross SECA tournament, and I goofed up, broke some stuff. You'll see it in an upcoming video about what happened with this car, but it was fun. We still had a good time. But something that I noticed is whenever I was driving it, this is not a good thing. Can you see that? That right there is a shock that has come unbolted. So this thing does have a Crown Vic rear end, but for some reason I guess I shook that bolt loose and the shock's just kind of dangling in the wind. We gotta fix that. And plus we're gonna be pulling a trailer with this car because it has a receiver hitch. Check that out. We're gonna use that because we gotta get the Mustang up there somehow because I wanna do some drag racing. Apparently rallycross racing is pretty violent because I broke the steering wheel and the steering coupler off of this. This is just a weld-on adapter. What I've done is gotten this new one. Now, this steering wheel I just literally found somewhere in the barn, but I bought this new coupler. It's a quick release. A little crusty, might have to sand on it some. Oh, there we go. Nice. Look at that. It doesn't wobble anymore like the old one. Looks good. Yeah. I think this is the fix. These are the old Monroes, and this is the one that wasn't even bolted in at all. They look like they were replaced. Problem is that they don't do a whole lot. Biggest issue with this car is that it squats and sags and hits the top of the tire right here on the quarter panel. You can see I've dented it in a few times driving it around, but the tire's so wide that it actually hits the quarter. So we're gonna fix that, give us something with a little bit of adjustability. We've got Gabriel hijackers, and this will help us out with keeping the car from squatting whenever we're actually towing with a trailer. So we're gonna put these in, plumb it up, and then run it out somewhere around here so we could actually, do some adjusting. But it comes with all the hardware, so that was nice. So these are great shocks. I mean, these are like vintage. This is the stuff they put on back in like the 70s and 80s. This stuff is great. Well, we have shocks in. Tell me exactly what you're doing right now, Marty.
Well, you see, we want trailer brakes. So we're adding one of these dandy things right here. So we gotta wire it. You already mounted your trailer brake controller up there.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Yeah.
We've got a brake controller right here mounted to the roll bar safely, right where I can find it. And it just so happens...
Safety third.
Yeah, exactly. This box here for the wiring harness to connect to the 7-pin controller is the exact same size as the reverse lights of the 69 Charger. Thing is, this is a 69 filler panel, but the reverse lights on the 68 are right here. So we don't even need that.
So if you have a 69 Charger and you want to haul trailers with it, just delete one of your reverse lights. You only need one anyways. Put one of these in there.
You only need one. So I've got this mounted in because my trailer does have trailer brakes, and this will control everything. I mean, this is probably the most legit thing
Let me fix
I've
this
done in
real
a long
quick.
time. Oh, and Craig's here.
Yep, if it looks like we're tired.
Whoa! Hold on, start over. One more time. What was that?
If it looks like we're tired, it's because we are. At the bed at 5 a.m.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty professional, isn't it? I mean, they gave me this little bracket that drops it down and makes it hang, and I didn't even know it was there until after I put it in the bumper.
It's the shiniest thing on this car.
That is true. That is very true.
Safety squints. Nice.
So this is my old sensor housing, and this one is cracked all the way around because it fell off the car and I ran over it. And luckily, the first Crown Vic I walk up to has this one. So how could that have been more convenient? It was already literally just hanging on by 2 bolts. So we hooked that one off. We're gonna go back to the shop and get some work done because it's almost ready to take for the trip from Ford Fest. Just doing a little testing, make sure our wiring is working. Got the hazards on here, plugged in. Still got the 58 on the trailer. Let's see what we got for brake lights back here. And we have brake lights. Look at there. Nice. At least the hazards and turn signals should work. So we need to unload this car, get it in the shop, and then get the Cobra in. Oh boy. Here's the initial test. Oh, went on. That's a good sign. Let's see how much it squats it. Oh, we're getting lower, which I did have to jack it up pretty high to get my truck out from under it, but you know what? That's not terrible, which I still have some room with the air shocks. I might bump it up just a smidge. And that's not bad. It's still a little bit of travel. I mean, yeah, like I said, air shocks will go up a little bit in pressure. That's better. That's not bad, guys. Look at that. Good news is the 58 is at least heavier than the Cobra, so maybe it won't weigh as much, and then we can kind of move it around to see how far it squats it down. But other than that, I'm very happy with how this whole thing's set up. That looks really good. While they're doing whatever they're doing, I'm pulling the radiator out, this Mustang, because every time you drive it, it's stopped up, and I guess you just can't use it for anything other than whatever. Like I said earlier, we did 2 miles and it already overheated, so I'm gonna yank this bad boy out. Got a brand new one to go in its place. Let's see if it's actually any better than what we have. Waited till daylight because it got a little chilled. We just decided to go ahead and drop the radiator in this morning. We got it installed, cold case is ready to go. This is what's gonna be fixing this thing. So it is a direct fit for a Mustang 2, thankfully. And just about nobody had one of these things. I thankfully found one on Cold Case's website, so they sent one out. We're gonna see if that fixes our problem. I flushed it last night, trying to get any kind of crud out of the engine, and then we're gonna take this radiator, hopefully see if it actually does something better. Now for the fun stuff. Headlights. Holley, Retro Bright. These things are amazing. They're a direct fit adapter that goes right into your original harness, and it's all LED configuration. These bad boys are incredible. They look factory, so whenever you're just looking at the car, you won't really even notice that they're anything different. But what's awesome about it is that they will cast such a bright light and illuminate everything. So we're gonna take these old ones out that I'm honestly surprised that they still work. I didn't ever change these. These are old General Electric. So we're gonna take these out, put those in there and see how bright they are. Get those out of there. And it's as simple taking this, plugging it right in. And we'll just hide all these wires. And there you go, right in the factory location. Look at that comparison. That's the old dinky halogen, super bright LEDs. Woo! I love that. Wow, those are some bright headlights. Good gracious. Nice. You see everything. Much better than what we had. So at this point, the cars are ready, and it seems that they are at least a little bit more improved than what they were before, so we're ready to go. It was already so late Thursday night, we just went ahead and decided to leave Friday morning at 3:30. It is currently 3:30 in the morning. charger's loaded up. Air shocks are doing shocky things. Got the Mustang in tow. I think we're gonna be all right. The guys are getting gas in the truck. We're in a really deep dip. That's why it's so low right now. But you can see that the car is like pretty good. It's squatting a little bit, but I think we'll be all right.
Well, you don't have any side windows, so you're partying one way or another.
I have a blanket and hoodie, and I needed some gloves, but I didn't get any.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
It's all good.
Hey, look at all the pretty stuff.
You can almost still touch the radiator. This thing runs at like 145.
Good.
It's a little too cold, which is perfect.
I left my heater on so it would warm up.
We don't have one.
And then it's gonna immediately be evacuated by the windows. So
If you keep it on, you might help a little bit.
yeah, that is true.
You have the really big bugs that don't come off.
Yeah, the sticky bugs.
Yeah, fairly.
Allie, what do you think? You're gonna do it. What does my wife think segment? I know we're gonna make it, but how does it make you feel though that we're leaving at 3 in the morning? You're not tired, are you? Okay, yeah, me too. Here's how it looks. Of course, I didn't put the steering wheel on straight, so I'll fix it when we stop. At least I feel cool. I mean, figuratively, I guess, and also physically, because it's currently in the 40s, no windows, the heat's on, it's only doing all it can. I got a blanket in my lap, so that's helping a little bit. Hey, all in the name of fun, right? Yeah. No better way to test out your new tow setup with the windiest road in Tennessee. Well, we made it to the most important place on earth, the Waffle House. Well, the Waffle House was good, but time to get back in. We gotta go get some gas and then hit the road. Let's get in here. If I can. Okay. There we go. Here we go. Let's do it. See me at all, but it's a little chilly in this car right now. I feel okay. Got my jacket in the lap, hoodie on, got the AirPods in, listening to music, talk radio. It's better. This car just like drove so bad and splatters of these on. There now. That right there. Really rattles the ears. These AirPods are saving my life right now. said lost a lot of air at this point. You can slightly hear the tire on the left side rub, but it's been rubbing for a minute. We pulled over and got gas and I checked it. It's not cutting into the tire because I mean the body plate is not even attached hardly. Oh. We made it to Bowling Creek. Whew. We're about 5 or 10 minutes out from Beach Bend, and I'm so happy. You don't even understand. This has been, it's not been bad, it's just been tiring. And we, you know, leaving at 3:30 was up till like midnight the night before. I know Craig and Marty are way more tired than I am, but you know, they've been thrashing on that truck. But yeah, it's a lot. It sure is a lot. So we're almost to Ford Fest. We're gonna roll right in and see what we got going on. We made it in. The tires are rubbing. They're so angry. And I don't even care anymore at this point. I got one thumbs up from the Ford guys. Let's see how they react to this one. Oh, the car show. That's nice. There's the Ford Air, folks. I'm waiting for the first person to ask me why this Charger's in here. Nobody's said anything yet. Gonna continue on like nothing. Oh my Lord, is that a red and white Cobra? No kidding. That's exactly what I have. Yeah, I'm sneaking in. You know where I can hide this thing? Where you guys? Oh, you down there? Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. Good to see you. Look at that red Cobra. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Nice. White and red. Woo. Don't mind me, folks. Just sneaking in. Morning. Oh boy, we made it. Looking slick, I gotta admit, you know. I mean, we're squatted pretty good, but we surely did make it. Heck yeah. Well, we made it. Mustang is alive. We've got it registered. Again, for the Grand Champion, I have to go get it teched, but of course, I don't have a good battery hold down because I'm an idiot. The Charger is getting some attention. I mean, it's getting some raised eyebrows for sure, but man, is it cool. It's pretty nice to be the only Mopar in this event, in the show. I mean, that's what's cool about a lot of people. They don't care what you have, they just like to see you here. So this car, considering the burnout competition, the Cobra for sure, I think would be awesome for the Grand Champion. But what I want to do right now, just to kind of get an idea for it, I want to see what it weighs, because this car is pretty light and I want to see what kind of work we're doing here, because you know, we don't have a really super powerful engine, but if we don't have a lot of weight, that helps a lot. And if we're doing autocross, you know, I just kind of want to see what we have, because I've never really hucked this thing around before. It's got power steering and all that good stuff, but I've never really done an autocross ever. But this car will be kind of fun. It's super light, does the trick. So let's go see what it weighs, because I want to kind of get an idea for our drag time. I'm hoping for mid 14s. If we go low 14s, I'd be very happy and very surprised, because I think we did a 10.6, if I remember correctly, or 10.8 in the 8th mile. So if we can at least break maybe mid 9s in the 8th mile, I'll be very happy. Craig's gonna move the Charger for me. Oh, that's a technique.
Is there a specific technique that I should know about?
It's obviously your first time here, huh?
I have a town car, but my doors work.
There you go.
Alright.
Then you just attach your quickie boy, and you know how that works.
Is there a...
Push the button in.
Yeah, but is there... Oh, no, it's not keyed. Cool.
No, it just...
That's cool, right?
Yeah, look at that. It holds on there, that's all I need.
This is just like mine.
Hey. All right, let's see what we weigh.
And stop.
32.25. Thank you. Wow, that's a lot heavier than I thought it would be. Look at this glorious show. See, when you have a show car, drive around and do whatever you feel like. Today, I want to go look at the show in my car. Hey, the temperature's staying low. It's staying on the thermostat. It's 180. We got 50 psi of oil pressure, so we're good. We're very good. That's awesome.
We had a little time to kill, so we watched some Bigfoot action and drifting.
Morning! We're here. We made it. The charger's dead, so we'll just figure that out whenever we get there. Hi, Kevin. Perfect. So we've got a new battery tie down and an air cleaner on the Mustang, so all that's taken care of. I gotta take it over there to get teched real fast and see if we can actually do some damage on the autocross, I guess. I'm hoping they don't get mad about my gauges because they don't move, but they're just there under the wiper. Anyway, I'm gonna get my helmet. Let's go. Well, we got teched. We're gonna do some autocrossing. Problem here is that my head touches the headliner, so I'm gonna have to really squat down to get in this car. Unless it's got insulation up here, and I don't want to knock it down. Just kind of push this out of the way, maybe, and there we go. It's a little better. Wish me luck. My head's touching the roof.
And I got lost.
This way? I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I got lost. Alright, we'll try that again. I got a little lost on the course. I just need to figure that one out. See what happens. We're gonna try that one more time. Like I said, I got lost on that one, but I mean, the Cobra only rubbed the tires one time on the slalom, but hey, it's all good. Hey, it's pretty fun. And, I mean, it handles decently. Power steering is very nice. So we'll try the second round and see if I can do any better. All right, I'll give her the beans this go around. I'll try it again. I hope things go well. We'll find out. As long as I don't get lost, I think I'll be all right. Well, we did better. We got a 54 on that one. Spun a little bit. I think second gear isn't really happy unless we go up through here. As soon as I hit around this turn, I think I need to go down into first. It's pretty easy to downshift in this thing. It doesn't like get too mad at you. Because I came out of that turn in second and it was just not happy. It just bogged. Hope I can break 50. I really got to give her the beans this time.
Good. You're doing you guys are great there. That's good. Great.
actually maybe 2 more times. I don't know. Letting a little heat out of the engine bay. Full case radiator's holding up. I mean, this thing does not budge off of like 180, 185 in that area. And when I'm really getting after it, probably 190. But I'm like wide open in first gear. I mean, DUI distributor doing work. I mean, this thing is like instant throttle. If I can just keep it from spinning off the line, we're pretty good. Because this thing just, yeah, as soon as you get it going, it's one wheel wonder. But it's got the power enough to at least get me around the track. That was 47.4. That was almost a whole second faster. I could have swore I wasn't doing good because every turn I was spinning out of it. But I don't know. I guess I just gave it the beans and it kept going.
So the autocross was awesome. We actually did 8 passes total throughout the day, and what we ended up with was starting out at 72 seconds whenever I got lost at the very beginning, and I think we went from like 72 to 54, down to 49, 48, then 47.4 by the end of it. And I'm pretty proud of that because, you know, like I said, I've never done autocross before, and that was a blast. And the Cobra did perfectly fine. So it really just inspires me to make me want to go do more autocross racing. So we need to build some kind of car that can handle on rails, and I've got a couple of those that can do that. We just got to go out there and find us an autocross event. But that's not all we're going to do with the Mustang today. We also are going to go drag racing. We've got 3 passes in an hour, and if something breaks, then something breaks. What we're going to do is see how fast we can go and see if we can break our best time. Drag racing was fun. I mean, the car did not run great after doing that really fast pass and immediately going back to the staging lane. It got a little bit warm while I was waiting. So as soon as I was ready for my second pass, it was hitting like 220 at that point, and I think it vapor locked as soon as I hit the gas and it just died. The first pass, I stumbled off the line. It didn't spin, but I was like really hesitant and got my nerves and like messed myself up. And then the second pass, as soon as it hit, I mean, it just died off the line and started to buck to like 60 foot. So my best pass is a 16.8, but you know, oh well. I still made it, and now what's left is the burnout competition, and that's where we're headed next. Charger's going to the burnout competition. We're gonna try it. We just had to rig up Craig's battery because he killed mine, but it's okay. I'm not mad. It's all right. I'm just disappointed. I fixed it. And that's okay. Look, we've got the nice battery hold down.
It's the most sturdy it's ever been.
That's one for Steve at Holley, so he doesn't get mad at me. We've got the helmet. We got everything we need. I don't even know if the burners are gonna fit, so we're just gonna go out there like that. But it's only for 60 seconds, so we're not gonna delaminate any kind of tires like that in that short amount of time. They're brand new, so they'll smoke pretty good. All right, let's do it. Okie dokie. We got a driver's meeting here in a couple minutes. The Charger is a Charger, so it's gonna be the only non-Ford product in the burnout competition, but it is at least somewhat functioning. So we'll
see if we can survive. Like I said, we have brand new rubbers right here. So I've aired them up to like 45 PSI, so they should spin pretty good. We'll see. I've done burnouts with this car before, but not too many, so I'm just gonna, you know, let her eat, I guess. I mean, style points are at least something, right? We gotta redeem ourselves from Mo Party, because that one, not so good. Oh boy. We got burnout competition. The limo's up over here. We got Solomon with Ford Era. We got sticker struck this thing, which is really cool. I think it's doing it. And then the old Charger just kind of hiding over in the corner. Oh boy. Wish me luck, guys. I really think it'll be all right. I don't know. Your nerves get into you. I've really never done a great burnout with this car before. I've just tried to do a little one here and there. I think it'll be fine.
As you can see, I mean, we made some pretty good tire smoke, except the car was trying to, I think, save itself and shift out of first gear. I don't know if the shifter wasn't properly adjusted or if that's just a computer thing, but I had it as far down and low as I possibly could get it and never ever let off the gas. But every time that I was, you know, spinning around and getting some wheel speed up, it would shift into second and lose all of that momentum. But hey, you know what? It was still a fun time and the crowd seemed like they enjoyed it, and it just makes me really want to do more burnouts in the future. But at least it was better than the Mo Party burnout, and you know, we just have another excuse to build another car to do burnouts with.
I call that a win no matter what. We did autocross, we did drag racing, we towed it here with the Charger on the trailer. That's awesome. So I've had a great time at Ford Fest. This has been fantastic, and I can't wait to come back. We gotta bring something even bigger and better next time.
So we're getting ready to leave. We're loading up the Mustang, getting everything sorted out, and I go over to the Holley trailer because my air shocks are empty. They air them up for me, and I'm just bouncing on the right rear just to make sure everything is like okay, so that way when we go and squat the rear end of the car down, I didn't want to be bottoming anything out. So I'm really, you know, we had like 2 or 3 people jumping on the hitch just to make sure that everything was all right, and all of a sudden you hear a clunk, and then the car drops down on the right side, and this is exactly what we see.
Well, we had a bit of a problem. We were loading up everything, getting air in the shocks, and that happened, so I'm just gonna go home. Luckily, Allie, my wife, drove the truck up, so we loaded the Mustang on the back of the truck. She's gonna pull it home for us, and then drop Craig and Marty off at the airport. And then I'm going to bed, because I'm tired. Here we go. Right back in. Perfect. So we were trying to get air in the air shocks, and we were bouncing on the trunk, trying to make it actually like, just test it, just to see if it would squat hard enough. And I guess I bounced on it a little too hard. I mean, I was jumping on it kind of. But anyway, the rear shock just broke off completely from the rear axle. But the thing is, I'm scared to take it off, because I actually can't take it off because the plastic line is not long enough to go into the trunk. At least I don't think it is. And on top of that, if I unscrew it or unbolt it, I lose all my air pressure. So I'm just kind of stuck with letting it dangle. But the air in the shocks are so high that it rides pretty stiff to where I don't really notice it. And I've driven it around a little bit here, and I haven't noticed it scraping the ground. If it does, then it does. If it doesn't, then we'll make it home. But either way, we're gonna go ahead and head back to Tennessee, because, woo, I need some Mo parts in my life. it with a little time to spare for Craig and Marty to make it to the airport. Basically just gonna drop them out and ditch them. Poor guys, they're like, we've been just on the ball today, and they get a long flight home, but we're gonna make it. I haven't hit the shock on the Charger just yet, but you never know. It's still a long drive back to the house. But we're gonna see if this Mustang and trailer and all that good stuff can actually fit in here. Oh well, we'll see what happens. I guess we know how to roll up in style to the airport. Got just a giant pile of trash rolling in with this Charger and the Mustang. Heck yeah. Well, here's the damage. You can see the welds probably just didn't penetrate enough. These were added on after the fact. I believe the factory shock mounts, at least for this year, supposed to be right here, and then these were added on. So you can see, grab it. This is what broke off. I drilled this one out on the side. I think it's actually supposed to be here, but I did that because this one was drilled out. So whenever this was bolted up top, it was having the shock sit at a very harsh angle. So I don't think that's the problem. I think it's okay to mount like that. It's just that it was too much pressure on that weld. So there's a bolt hole that's actually for the factory up here. It just, for some reason, is not in the right location. So I cleaned this up. I cleaned this piece up right here. I'm gonna grind these welds off and then try to clean up the surface really good and make sure that it actually welds properly. I guess it's really hard to weld underneath a car when you're laying underneath it and sparks are falling over you. So it's good to have the lift at least. So we'll fix this, make it a little bit better. And I cleaned up this one because I'm gonna add some weld up to the top here. It's welded on both sides over here. It's just right here, they didn't get to that point. So I'll do the same thing over here. Looks like only welded right here and then tried to weld right here. It just didn't penetrate enough. So we'll fix that, it's all good. Well, there you go, it's all welded on. Not my best work, but I'm hoping that it'll hold. I not only welded on this side, did on the inside as well over here, on both sides and on the inside on each end. So hopefully that'll hold on. Now we're gonna drop it back down and get her out of here.
And that's it, guys. Ford Fest 2022 was a blast. We got the Charger in. Nobody was really upset about it. They seemed like they was really enjoying it. Probably my favorite story was a guy walked up to me with the Charger and the Mustang sitting side by side. And we pulled the hood off of the Charger and he looks at me and he says, "Oh, this thing runs." I said, "Yeah, I drove it here." "Well, the Mustang runs too?" I said, "Yeah, I pulled the trailer with this car and then had the Mustang on the back." Wow, okay. So people were kind of like, really, this is like a functioning vehicle, but I guess it's just how bad it looks, but it's still a cool car. And like I said, so many people were positive about it. They loved seeing the car in person, and I met a lot of you guys, and that's what these events are all about. So now I'm looking forward to next year, and I hope I get to see more and more of you guys as we go along. But that just inspires me to do more content and make more videos just like we have right now. As far as content goes, the 58 Plymouth is behind me, and yes, there will be a video on it in the future. It's just still working out those tiny little bugs and making sure that it's the best video possible for you guys. So thank you for being patient with me, thank you for enjoying this video, and thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, all that great stuff. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss anything else. Order your t-shirts and your stickers, links are down in the description below, and I will see you in the next one.